Hi everyone. Today we are going to be learning on how to pay for college with financial aid. So let's get started. So there are different types of grants available. There are federal grants, there are state grants, student loans, and there are scholarships. Everything on this list is basically free money except student loans. Student loans you do have to pay back. We discourage you from getting student loans unless you really need them. Federal grants and state grants will come in if you apply for financial aid through our FAFSA. We also have the DREAM Act application that will bring in any state grants. Student loans are also available for those who need them through the FAFSA application. And there are some scholarships that you can also apply, private and West Hill scholarships available for our students. So there are two applications available. They're both part of financial aid, but you only have to apply for one. So you ask, which one should I apply for? Should I apply for the FAFSA or should I apply for the DREAM Act? What is the difference? So our FAFSA application is for our U.S. citizen students and students that are permanent residents. These are students that have a green card. The FAFSA brings in federal and state grants. You can go to the FAFSA by entering the website. It's fafsa.ed.gov. We also have our DREAM Act application, California DREAM Act. This application is for our undocumented students, AB 540 students. This application will bring in any state grants. State grants are considered safe grants for our undocumented students and AB 540 students. Both of these applications are important to complete every year. You have to renew them. You also want to make sure you get them in before March 2nd every year so you can be in the running for the Cal Grant. For our FAFSA application, you will need a login, which is called an FSA ID. An FSA ID is an electronic signature. You can use it to go ahead and start the FAFSA application, to finish the FAFSA application and sign at the end as well, and to transfer your IRS information into the FAFSA and make it a lot easier for you. You will need to go ahead and provide some of your information, like your social security card, your birthday, your name, your email. It is important for you to go ahead and write down your username and password once you create this account, being that you're going to be needing it every year when you renew this application. It is important for both student and parent to create an FSA ID. If you are an independent student, you do not need a parent to create an FSA ID. If you are a dependent student, you will need your parent FSA ID. For students that have undocumented parents, they do not need an FSA ID. They can complete their signature on paper and mail it in to federal student aid. Once you complete your FSA ID, you should be able to go into the FAFSA by going to fafsa.ed.gov. With this website, you should be able to start here. If you've never applied for this application, you start here. for the new to FAFSA process button. Remember, you should never pay to fill out a FAFSA application. FAFSA applications are free for everyone to fill out. If they are charging you, most likely it's a scam, so beware. The FAFSA application opens as early as October 1st every year, and it needs to be renewed every single year. Keep that in mind. For our DREAM Act application, you will need to go ahead and press the start button for the new student application. There, they will walk you through a process where you will create a login similar to the FSA ID, but this one is called the DREAM Act login. There, they will assign you a DREAM ID number. It is important to go ahead and write down all this information, being that you will need it every single year. You will need to renew this application every year, and you need to do it before March 2nd to be in the rounding for the Cal Grant. Once you go into the DREAM Act application, you will be asked a series of questions. These questions are just to make sure that you are doing the right application. They will ask you if you have a social security number. Remember, you do not need a social security number to fill out a DREAM Act application. Also, if you are a DACA student that has a social security number assigned to them because of DACA, on the questionnaire, you should still answer that you do not have a social, being that that social is for work purposes only. Even if you are not part of the DACA, you can still apply for financial aid services through our DREAM Act application. On the AB 540 criteria, they will be asking you if you've attended at least 3 years in California in a California school. You can use a variety of those 3 years with elementary school, high school, community college, and any adult education programs listed on the list that they will provide you. If you do have a question about this, you could always ask our financial aid office and we can guide you through this process. Remember, this is a safe application. You should not miss out on any free money, so please apply. West Hills College also offers free college. For those students who are worried about not qualifying for the FAFSA or the DREAM Act, maybe because your parents make a little bit too much money, there is the AB 19 California Promise Fee Waiver. So income should not be an issue. Worry no more. Free college. So all you need to do is you need to be a California resident to be able to be in the running for this. You need to apply for either the FAFSA and the DREAM Act and show that you did not qualify. This has to be your first year in college, and you must be registered in 15 units each semester to be in the running for this. West Hills will pay for your way in college, free college for you. All right, so after I submit my FAFSA or DREAM Act, what happens next? What do I do? All right, so after you submit your applications, they will take 3 to 5 business days for them to get to our office. After we receive them, we will import them into our systems. We will go ahead and award you if you qualify for any grants. If you look on your student portal, you can always look under the financial aid tab, financial aid award letter. On there, you should be able to see what grants you qualified for. If you qualified for the California Promise Grant, usually it's the Lemoore fee waiver. It will tell you any Pell Grants or Cal Grants will be listed. They will list an amount for the whole year and per semester. If you notice that there are no, not an award letter, or you only see your fee waiver, give us a call at the financial aid office. There might be some forms that you might be missing. If you get selected for verification, there are some forms you have to submit. All of our forms have switched to virtual now, so all of our services are electronic. Usually you will get a text message telling you that you need forms, but if you don't, our office can walk you through that process by going through Verify My FAFSA. Verify My FAFSA is for both our Dream Act students and our FAFSA students. So remember, if you have missing forms and you don't take care of it, that equals no money for you. It's important to check your West Hills student portal daily, just to make sure you don't miss out on any new grant opportunities or any emails from us asking you to do something on your file. If you don't have it complete, we won't award you. That delays your money. So please communicate with us. All right, so West Hills College has gone mobile. So Verify My FAFSA, if you go to your student portal, you can click on financial aid, then you click on financial aid forms. On there, it will connect you to our Verify My FAFSA account. Verify My FAFSA is where you can go ahead and submit all your forms or financial aid needs electronically. If this is your first time logging in, you will have to go ahead and create a login, an account. Similar to what I have here, it will look. So they will ask you for your name, your birthday, similar questions like that, basic information. After you register your account, you should get a message telling you if you have anything to complete or if you're all done with financial aid. On here, you can submit any financial aid documents. You can submit appeals and special conditions. We will also be able to send you any text messages notifying you if you need anything to submit. So this is the link below, Verify My FAFSA, and you can find it on the student portal. Web Grant for Students. So Web Grant for Students is important as well because this is the website that the state uses to communicate with our students. We like to mention this to our students because many forget. If you are in the running for the Cal Grant, you submitted your application before March 2nd, okay, and you've met all the criteria, there might be possibilities that the state might be able to give you some extra free money. If the state sends you a notification through your Cal Grant, Web Grants for Students account, and you do not answer it, the money will just stay there till you go ahead and answer it and tell them what school you're going to, or answer any of the questions that they might need. So it's important for you to go to Web Grants for Students. You can Google Web Grants for Students. Usually it's the first link. You click on there. The page should look like the image I have here. You click on it, create an account for yourself. Usually you can go to the Cal Grant section. There it will tell you what you qualified for. You could always verify the school of attendance, and you can answer any questions that the state might need from you. It is important to go ahead and check on this account. so you can go ahead and make sure everything's updated. Okay, so the most common errors that we have with financial aid are our social security numbers. Sometimes our students might be in a hurry when they're filling out their FAFSA application and they forget they mistype their social security number. That can cause an issue because they cannot connect with their application into our system, and it delays their money. Also, if you when you did your admissions application for West Hills, you forgot to list your social and you have one, and you later do a FAFSA application, it might be having trouble coming into our system because it cannot link to your social security number. So that's very essential. Of course, for our Dream Act students, you guys don't have this issue with social security numbers. Okay, there might be some that accidentally fill out a FAFSA application and they need to fill out a Dream Act application now. They're confused. If that happens to you, contact our office. There's a way that we can communicate with the state. That way they can honor your submission date and we can just transfer all your information. That is possible. Another common issue is the divorced or remarried parent information. A lot of students don't know what to put on there. Should I put mom? Should I put dad? Which one should I put? So usually for that one, we recommend you list the parent that you're living with more than 50% of the time. So if you live with mom more than dad, and mom provides more than 50% of the support to you, you go ahead and list mom. Okay, make sure you completely list mom's information on your FAFSA. Another thing is income information. If you put the wrong income or you leave something out, there might be issues that can be created on your application, and you might have problems getting your grants. It can be delayed. Also, when you list that your parents are divorced, say mom remarried and now has a new partner, new spouse. If mom remarried, you have to list the mom's spouse's information as well, since they are now in the household with you. So that is one of the questions too. Some of our students miss a lot. Application being signed is another one. If you forget to sign your FAFSA or Dream Act application, it will be considered incomplete. Even if you sign and your parents forget to sign, if you're a dependent student, it will be considered incomplete. So just take an extra minute and just double check that everything's correct before you hit submit. Household size. If you leave someone out of your household, that can also delay your application. A lot of our students just put themselves in the house. If you're a dependent student, you should be listing your parents as well in the household. If you have any brothers or sisters, you should be listing them as well. So just common errors that our students do. um, Another thing is if you have any household members going to college, you also want to list those too. For our students going to West Hills College, Lemoore, and Colinga, um, they're two different, they are part of West Hills College District, both schools, but they are considered two different schools. So they have two separate school codes. If you are coming to West Hills College, Lemoore, and maybe taking two classes in Colinga, you need to go ahead and figure out which one you want to list, either Colinga or Lemoore. You cannot list them both, or else your application will get stuck in the systems and not come through. So it's either Colinga or Lemoore. Usually, students choose where they take most of their classes, or the college that they want to, the financial aid office that they want to work with. Okay, so just something to think about when you're filling out your application. And if you have any questions, we are here for you. Our financial aid office number here is listed. Our email is also listed. You could always email us, and you can also make a virtual appointment if you need one. We are always here to help if you need us. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to this presentation. I hope this was helpful, and we are here to help. If you ever have a question, please let us know. Thank you.